Chapter 81 The Radical Lyric Poet Li Zi. Chen Donglai rolled over and sat up, patting his stomach. It was already noon, and he had to find something to eat one way or another after all. He still had a tutoring session in the afternoon. He picked up his wallet from the table. When he opened it, there was a stack of money inside, more than 3,000 yuan, the basic unit of Chinese currency. Normally, that much money would be more than enough for Anna's leisurely outing. But what use is this money to me? Chen Donglai sighed softly. Spring comes, yet I don't wash my feet. Everywhere my heart itches with discontent. Left with 3,000 yuan in vain. How much is a fair lady worth? This poem laid bare the compassionate chivalry of a hero, and told all the sorrow and helplessness of having the will but lacking the strength. I wanted to save all living beings under heaven, but cages and shackles hold me back. Ladies, you are suffering. Chen Donglai sighed again, grabbed his wallet, and stood up. Leisure lie-outings are definite lie out of the question, but I can at least go out for a meal, right? I've been studying all morning. It'll do me good to go out for some fresh air and chat with the waitstaff. As soon as he stood up, he heard a knock on the door. Soon, the door opened, and Chen Yuan walked in carrying a bag. Hey Dad, are you going out? Chen Donglai stared fixedly at the things in Chen Yuan's hand. If he guessed right, there must be sweet and sour spare ribs, a classic Chinese home-cooked dish, loved by many for its combination of sweet and tangy flavors inside. My good son, just as I was thinking of going out to relax, you came back with food. You were treating me like a caged canary, a metaphor for someone who is well provided for but lacks freedom. Chen Donglai coughed, then quietly slipped his wallet into his pants pocket. It's nothing. I was just going to take a casual walk and grab something to eat outside. After all, I have that tutoring session this afternoon. Chen Yuan smiled and held up the food in his hand. I knew you'd be tired from studying, so I prepared this for you earlier. Come and try it. I brought it back from the company. As he spoke, Chen Yuan had already placed the food on the table. Sigh. Being the head of the family isn't easy. You have to keep an eye on the student at home all the time, he said with a sigh, then turned to his father. What are you standing there for? Hurry up and eat. Perfect. This is great. Chen Donglai walked over to the table, though somewhat reluctantly. The tutoring session is until 3 in the afternoon. After eating, I'll go out for a stroll. Chen Yuan snorted. What's there to stroll around for in the middle of the day? Did you remember everything the tutor went over this morning? Have you finished all the homework the teacher assigned? Did you check off all your daily tasks? A common practice in Chinese education where students have to complete and mark daily learning tasks. These 3 soul-piercing questions, a popular Chinese internet phrase referring to questions that hit straight to the point and leave people speechless, made Chen Donglai's lips tremble with fear. It's the weekend. Everyone else is out having fun, but I'm stuck writing non-stop for over 10 hours. The money in my pocket is practically growing mold. An exaggerated way of saying the money has been unused for so long that it's almost worthless to him. Hurry up and eat after that. Get back to studying. After scolding him, Chen Yuan wandered over to the sofa, propped his legs up on the coffee table, and pulled out his phone. Now that he had time, he naturally wanted to try out his new game. So he logged into his account and started Mildly, grinding, a gaming term meaning to spend a moderate amount of time repeating tasks to gain in-game resources or progress. When the realistic sound of guns in the game rang out, Chen Donglai suddenly felt the food in his hand was no longer appetizing. "What mobile game is that?" he asked, his eyes already glancing toward the screen. Chen Yuan lifted his hand slightly, blocking the screen so Chen Donglai could see a thing. It saw newly released mobile game, super exciting. After hearing this answer, Chen Donglai's surge to play grew even stronger. Curse these damn rules. Mobile games are garbage. What does nice sound mean anyway? I'm not curious at all. Chen Yuan could easily guess what he was thinking. A smile tugged at the corner of his mouth as he deliberately said, "No, this new game is really fun. You can not only use guns to hunt zombies but also team up to fight bosses. And after that, you can even live with beautiful young ladies, lie on a big bed and sleep together. Just tell me." Chen Donglai almost drooled. "Can games really be this fun? If it's as good as my son says, then this is definitely an amazing game." Chen Donglai looked in the direction of the drone and said, "Actually, rules are rigid, but people are flexible. The rules say I can touch electronic devices, so I won't touch them. I'll just look with my eyes. That should be okay, right?" Was Lai Zi trying to find a loophole? Chen Yuan decided to pour cold water on his idea. "If that's the case, then you can watch TV to write. After all, you're not touching it, just looking. What about tablets? Or my high-performance computer? You can watch all of them. Whatever you want to watch. I'll pull it up for you." Chen Donglai's spirits deflated. Instantly, he took a few more bites, then slammed his hand on the table and stood up. "I'm done eating. I'm full." "Oh, getting angry now, are we?" Chen Donglai glared at him, took a sip of water, then plopped down on the sofa. "Every day it's nothing but studying. This is way too boring." Now he finds it boring? He's only in the second year of junior high school, grade 8 in the Chinese education system, which is part of the 9-year compulsory education, and already bored. If he had to go through senior year of high school, the most stressful year in Chinese high school education, with students preparing for the National College Entrance Examination, or Gaokao, it would drive him crazy. Chen Yuan patted his father's shoulder and said earnestly, "Only by enduring hardships can one become a better person," a traditional Chinese saying, emphasizing that hard work leads to success. Studying is about growing through boredom. You have to learn to find joy in dullness and monotony. Once you find the joy in studying, you'll fall in love with it. Chen Donglai felt something was off. This sense of familiarity was infuriating. Chen Yuan nudged at him. Go on. The door to a new world has opened. Find it, and you will enter a whole new realm. One filled with tranquility. A sea of knowledge. You'll be in it, roaming free lie with overwhelming passion for learning. Chen Donglai stood up. That makes sense. Tranquility a sea and roaming freely. But the key word here is studying. He plopped back down on the sofa. I almost let you trick me into it. I finally got a moment to rest. And you still want me to roam? You're such a filial son. Used sarcastically here, as Chen Donglai thinks his son is pushing him to study instead of letting him rest. Chen Yuan chuckled, then shifted his butt to the side and turned his body so Chen Donglai could see his phone screen. Suit yourself, since you hate studying so much. Let's cancel the tutoring session this afternoon. Chen Donglai perked up immediately. Really? We're canceling it? Chen Yuan pursed his lips. Of course, work and rest should be balanced, a common Chinese concept, advocating a healthy balance between work, study, and relaxation. This afternoon, I'll take you to the park for a walk to relax. Chen Donglai felt his son was acting a bit strange today. Every day when he came back, he just rush and push me to study. Why is he acting so differently today? But he didn't care. Being able to go out for a walk and not having to face that pile of homework as tall as himself, an exaggeration to describe a huge amount of homework, was more than enough to make him happy. Great, my good son. Let's go right now. Chen Donglai stood up excited. Lion Ti dyed his clothes. Chen Yuan waved his phone. Don Trush. At this time, I think the tutor should be on her way. We need to let her know first. Chen Donglai clapped his hands. You right. Tutors have it hard too. We can't make her make a wasted trip. Hurry up. Chen Yuan then unlocked his phone and opened the app specifically for booking tutors. Chapter 82 Li Z is thrilled. After checking the information to confirm it was the tutor for the afternoon, Chen Yuan made the call. As soon as he dialed, a knock sounded at the door, followed immediately by the ring of the tutor's phone. Was she already outside? Chen Yuan was just about to stand up to open the door when Chen Donglai stopped him. The tutor's already here. Oh no, we'd be making her come for nothing. I'm a good at turning people down. Let me handle this. With that, he hurried straight to the security door. Chen Donglai opened it and said, I'm sorry. We just had something come up suddenly. You've made a wasted trip. He trailed off mid-sentence. Standing outside was a woman in her early 30s. She had a clean and fair complexion, wearing a floral patterned cloth skirt and a white short-sleeved t-shirt on her upper body. She wasn't particularly good-looking, but she was very appealing upon closer inspection. The most crucial thing was that she had a great figure. Even the Pikachu on her short-sleeved t-shirt was stretched out of shape. When she saw Chen Donglai, the tutor broke into a smile, which brought out two faint dimples on her cheeks. Li Zi was completely dumbfounded. He could feel a whiff of pleasant fragrance drifting into his nose. Tell me, which middle-aged man can resist amateur woman? a common appealing type in Chinese context. Hello, what were you saying just now? Are you heading out? Chen Donglai snapped back to his senses and shook his head violently, like a rattle drum. Heading out? Did I say that? Did you mishear me, teacher? Studying was originally boring, but if a tutor like this was going to teach him, it would definitely be enjoyable. The tutor smiled. Maybe it'd. By the way, are you Mr. Chen Yuan? She held out her hand. My surname is Bai. Looking at her fair, delicate hand, Chen Donglai felt his blood rush to his head. It had been half a year. This was the first time he was going to shake hands with a woman. I am so excited. Just as he was about to tremulously reach out his hand, someone pulled him aside. Teacher Bai, I'm Chen Yuan, the one who booked the session. Chen Yuan held out his hand and shook hers. Teacher Bai looked at the teenager in front of her, confused. Are you booking a tutor for yourself to help with your studies? After letting go of her hand, Chen Yuan shrugged. Not me, him. Chen Donglai immediately chimed in with Asmal. That's right, Teacher Bai. I am the one who needs tutoring. Teacher Bai glanced at the drone hovering in mid-air and seemed to understand. Okay, I arrived a bit early. Should we take a short break first, or start the tutoring right away? A break? A top student like me doesn't like taking breaks. I love studying. I love Pikachu. Chen Donglai adopted a serious tone. No need for a break. Teacher Bai, let's start right now. I've already been struggling to hold back my eagerness to study. Chen Yuan raised an eyebrow. Wait, Dad, didn't TWE agree to go to the park this afternoon? Chen Donglai immediately shot him. A gull R. Go to the park for what? It's crowded and noisy there. Totally incompatible with someone like me who loves peace and quiet. But you just said you were tired from studying. Before Chen Yuan could finish, Chen Donglai cut him off. In books, one finds beauties. In books, one finds treasure houses, a classic Chinese saying emphasizing the value and rewards of reading. Wandering in the ocean of knowledge only brings me joy. How could I be tired? Son, drop it. This afternoon, I'll do nothing but study. His words were firm and forceful, and in just a few sentences, he revealed his passionate dedication as a student, truly worthy of being a contemporary radical lyric poet. What a way with words. Well, if Li Zi was eager to study, Chen Yuan would have a lot less to worry about. Teacher Bai looked at Chen Donglai with obvious admiration. It's impressive that you race still so eager to learn at your age. All right, shall we start the tutoring now? Chen Donglai stepped aside. Teacher Bai, please come this way. When he turned around, he shot Chen Yuan a sharp glare, his eyes clearly warning. You better behave yourself, kid. Chen Yuan shrugged indifferently and kicked him lightly on the leg, whispering, Teacher Bai has a master's degree. Stop staring at her and focus on your textbooks. I paid for you to study, not to. Well, you know what I mean. Chen Donglai shook his fist, then walked into the study. From inside, Chen Yuan could faintly hear their conversation. Teacher Bai, are you thirsty? Let me get you a bottle of mineral water? No thanks. I brought my own water cup. Let's just start the tutoring directly. Chen Yuan shook his head and walked over to the sofa. Li Zi, you have to hold it together. This is a live stream, don't do anything stupid. He sat down, propped his legs up, and opened his phone. The number of viewers in Chen Yuan's live stream had dropped sharply. The reason? They'd all flocked to watch Li Zi stream. Chen Yuan opened his father's live stream. The comments were flooding in. Li Zi, the teacher's so pretty, don't waste this chance. Guys, stop making inappropriate jokes. A euphemism for vulgar or sexual innuendos, often called driving in Chinese internet slang. I get embarrassed easily, let's just send rockets, a type of expensive virtual gift, on live streaming platforms instead. Li Zi, use your way with words to win her over. Make her realize how amazing you are. Wow. I won't say anything else, I just love looking at the Pikachu, referring to the stretched Pikachu print on Teacher Bai Street shirt. To the platform staff, I urge you to adjust the drone angle right now. Daily question. Why are the dimples on one cheeks called Jiu Wo? Literally dimple, instead of Shui Wo water dimple, Ko grass dimple, or Chuzi Wo rabbit dimple? Master Lai. The story of Cow Thief, a reference to Cao Cao, often mocked in internet memes for his lust for women. Here it's a joke warning against being too eager for female attention, teaches us that indulging in pleasure leads to trouble. You better watch out. Chen Yuan quickly turned off the comments. What on earth were these people posting? He could make heads or tails of it. It was better to just relax and play games for a while. Chen Yuan unlocked his phone and logged into his account for tomorrow after. The name of the game, perhaps, because he hadn't played for a few hours. Many players had already appeared on the Shashi Fort map. Some were even wearing limited edition outfits that could only be bought with real money. Nice, they really know how to play. Chen Yuan typed directly in the public chat, to all the brothers wearing the premium outfits, you look awesome. Damn, I'm practically drooling. Someone replied quickly, outfits are meant to be worn. Money's no issue for me. Chapter 83, Blessed with Luck, a national mobile game. Chen Donglai stood up, still craving more. Thank you for today's tutoring, Teacher Bai. How about I treat you to dinner tonight? Teacher Bai smiled. No, thank you. My husband is waiting for me at home. In the live stream chat, who needs a husband anyway? Isn't Li Zi better? Damn it. If you become Master Yuan's stepmom, you'll reach the peak of life effortless. Lie. Miss Bai, you don't know what's good for you. Do you even need to choose? Have both. Be with Li Zi during the day. Go back to your husband at night. Who? Daisy, the three of you aren't happy? Whoa guys, you're real lie-driving hard, eh? Chinese internet slang for making vulgar risque jokes. Beep beep. This isn't the way to the kindergarten. I want to get off. Teacher Bai picked up her bag and walked to the entrance. Chen Yuan put down his phone and stood up. How was it, Teacher Bai? Is my dad making good progress? Teacher Bai nodded and smiled. He's making great Progress. This afternoon's session went very smoothly, and he picked up many phrases well. Chen Yuan responded with an O, then added, "It must be because your teaching method is excellent. To show my gratitude, how about I treat you to dinner tonight? My good son, we're on the same page." Chen Donglai thought, however. Teacher Bai waved her hand, just as she had before. "No, thank you. I still need to go home and cook for my kid." Chen Yuan smiled. "Then I won't keep you. I'll give you a 5-star rating, and I'll add a bonus on the app too." When Teacher Bai reached the security door, Chen Yuan hurried to open it for her. She stepped outside, waved, and said, "Thanks. I'll be on my way now. Goodbye." Chen Yuan watched her figure walk down the stairs. When he turned around, he saw Chen Donglai still in a daze. "She's already gone, haven't you stared enough?" Chen Donglai turned his head. I was just thinking about something else." Chen Yuan closed the door. "Teacher Bai left, and you've pretty much finished your lessons for today. So, where do you want to eat tonight?" Chen Donglai was about to speak when Chen Yuan continued, "Never mind, eating out is such a hassle. Let's just order takeout instead. It's easier and more convenient." Chen Donglai felt like Chen Yuan was picking on him on purpose. "It's Sunday. For goodness sake, is it really that hard for me to go out for a walk? Takeout isn't filthy. I think we'd better eat out." Chen Yuan sat down on the sofa, picked up a cup of tea from the table, and took a sip. "Already ordered. It can't let it go to waste, right? This kid is ruthless." Chen Donglai sat down on the other side of the sofa with a cold expression. After eating takeout, Chen Yuan went back to his room. Since it was still early, he propped his feet up on the bed and played with his phone, watching movies, listening to music, and occasionally checking the live stream chat. Time passed quickly. After PM, Chen Yuan stood up, turned off the lights, and soon the drone slowly landed on the table. The live stream switched to playing ads. Lying on the bed, Chen Yuan checked his reputation points for the day. Thanks to the launch of Yuan Shen Network's first conscience mobile game, he had gained many new fans, and his reputation points had soared now, reaching 391-7. He was almost at 40,000. Chen Yuan thought to himself, should he save up until he had 90,000 points for a 10 consecutive draw? Or should he test his luck, hoping to be blessed with luck, a gaming term meaning having extremely good random luck and get a miracle with every single draw? As the saying goes, 10 consecutive draws guarantee a minimum reward, but single draws bring miracles. Should he verify if a miracle would really happen? The more he thought about it, the more eager he became. Just one draw, let's try it. Chen Yuan immediately summoned the system and opened the lottery interface. Looking at the familiar big spinning wheel, he spent 10,000 reputation points and pressed the start button. The wheel began to spin rapidly. When Chen Yuan pressed stop, it slowed down, and soon the pointer landed on a picture of blue sky and white clouds. What does this picture mean? Congratulations, host. You've won a handful of air. Chen Donglai groaned inwardly. Winning nothing was bad enough. But now you're even giving me air? What the hell? Didn't they say single draws bring miracles? Or is the existence of air itself a miracle? Chen Yuan refused to admit defeat. He still had two more chances today. I'll test once and for all can. Single draws really bring miracles? Draw again. Host has spent 10,000 reputation points. The lottery will start again. He pressed start and soon hit stop when he saw the picture the pointer landed on. Chen Yuan felt a tingle all over his body. The picture was a square icon with the bold words 5v5 at the top, and the content of the icon was King Arthur. Every update brings a new meta, but King Arthur dominates them all. A popular saying among players of Honor of Kings. Yes, this game was none other than the national mobile game, Honor of Kings. Congratulations, host. You've obtained the latest operational data and materials for Honor of Kings. Honor of Kings was rated as a mythic level work. In terms of rating, it was on par with Player Unknown's Battlegrounds PUBG, but mobile games had a larger user base, so theoretically, it was better than PC games like PUBG. Of course, that didn't matter much now, since both were now owned by Chen Yuan. Chen Yuan's mouth curved into a wide smile. They really weren't lying. Single draws bring miracles. The system is being so helpful. It's like it wants to help me conquer the gaming world. Admittedly, MOBA multiplayer online battle arena games like League of Legends were still a completely unfamiliar genre in this world. It would take time to fully develop and operate such a game, but Chen Yuan wasn't in a hurry after all. Tomorrow after was already carrying the weight for his company. After 2 draws, his reputation points had originally been around 19,000, but they kept increasing. In just a short while, they reached 20,000 again. Even got Honor of Kings. The probability of getting this with a single draw is even lower than getting a crystal, a rare in-game item, with a single draw. Chen Yuan thought, Ishold, keep going while I moan Errol. Do you want to draw again? Yes. After going through the process, the wheel spun again. Soon, the pointer stopped, this time on a charming picture of a Tang Dynasty poet standing by a window with his hands behind his back. Did I just win a collection of ancient poems? Chen Yuan wondered. Congratulations, host. You've won nothing. Oh my god. He still had one more chance, one more draw. Congratulations, host. You've obtained Mastery of Cooking. Chen Yuan checked the Mastery of Cooking skill. It was only rated as ordinary level. What's ordinary level? Probably equivalent to an average chef in a regular restaurant. In other words, he had just obtained another useless chicken rib skill, a Chinese idiom referring to something that's neither useful nor worth discarding. Damn it. But when Chen Yuan shan touch the hard drive in his pocket, he immediately smiled again. It's not a loss. No. Wait, I made a huge profit. For 40,000 reputation points, I got Honor of Kings. That's a massive win. The whole world is about to witness what a true national mobile game is. Chen Yuan was too excited to fall asleep for a long time. He had already formed the habit of waking up early for RN, so when the clock hit 6 a.m., Chen Yuan opened his eyes immediately.